the boys over on Ghost. I think the volume might be slightly too loud for me personally. Let's see. I'll get that down a little bit. But yeah, it's not going to be a massive production quality or anything. It's just me literally streaming the demo, so it should be fun. Wardell making his way out onto the A-bomb site. Has plenty of players to assist him, but the first headshot will go his way. Good start from Wardell as he moves into the site again. Another headshot, looking for a third. Wardell just going huge on the A-bomb site. And Ghost going with a very standard hit into the site, just rushing on in. Steal Wardell. They'll finish them off between them. And an easy cleanup for Ghost coming into the pistol round. So, great start. Going up against the CT side of Faze on trim will never be easy. Obviously on the CT side, that's where the individuals can start to really have those big performances. So, Ghost getting the good start into the pistol will ship them up for good things to come. Ghost mostly going for the SMGs. They've got the 2 MAC-10s on play. Kusta and Freakazoid carrying them on over. Steele and Wardell leaning towards the MP7 pick. Neptune just on the Soul rifle, which is the Galil. Definitely one of the weaker rifles, but making it work as he moves in through Ivy. Gets himself 2 kills, but the USPs and pistols of Faze Clan are so deadly. 3 kills coming in, and it's into a 2 versus 2. Nico on the stop side hits the headshot with a USP. It's all on Akusta. How can Ghost lose this? Olofmeister comes in, and just with a couple of P250s and the rest of the USPs, Faze Clan are able to make it work for a round win. That is incredible. Ghost really could have got off to a great start there if they were able to win the follow off the back of the pistol, but now they're giving Faze Clan a huge opportunity. And Guardian going for the AWP immediately into round number 3. This could get very messy here for Ghost, especially on an op-centric map like Terrain. Guardian is going to be such a problem. Obviously coming into these events, you know, with a new roster, obviously the way the teams had to play yesterday, there's obviously going to be problems. Neither team really will be at their top level at this point. Especially Ghost coming into this, you know, having a brand new player that have that honeymoon period with this player, or there might be some problems. So that's not a great start. Perhaps showing a little bit of weakness, but Faze Clan definitely not an easy team to take on. Now, the interesting part about this is Faze with their new addition of Adren. I was looking forward to seeing him in action yesterday, so hopefully we get some more of it in this one. Neptune spamming away with the Deagle, trying to do some damage, but the push will eventually come in towards the A-bomb site. Nico holds the fort, gets himself the double kill. It's on to Steele and Kusta in a 2 versus 5 situation. Steele spams away with the Deagle, but Olofmeister is successful in taking him down with the MAC-10. Kusta run up towards the ladder. On no scope, Olofmeister drop him immediately, and with 30 seconds left, Kusta, he is known. Rin knows exactly where he is due to the loud footsteps. So Rin can position himself accordingly and decapitate Kusta. And Faze Clan 2 on the board. So, what looked like a promising start for the boys on Ghost just crumbled beneath them. Faze Clan take control here at the beginning of Trim. Guardian going to be picking up that AWP, keeping it from the 3rd round win. Ghost congregating up towards the B-bomb site. One player here towards the lower ramparts. One a little further back for Faze Clan. Just outside of the connector, that is Guardian. The rest of Ghost definitely looking towards this B-bomb site. Generally with the Glocks, you want to just try and get through that ramp room. Flash comes in, Guardian picking off the first, but they're walking right into the meat grinder of Olofmeister. He gets himself 2. Finished off with a Glock from Steele. The bomb plant is a possibility, and that could be great. But the grenade from Guardian comes from long range. It'll drop at the feet of Steele. Deny that bomb plant and the extra $800 that Ghost wanted to pick up. But valiant effort. They get through the bomb site. They get a kill at least, so they should be relatively happy with that one. And it's important that they start to pick up the pace here. Coming into the gun round, it's going to be Ghost on the AKs, AUG and play on Wardell. Sorry, it's the SG and play on Wardell. Starting to see these scope rifles come through a lot more, obviously with the new changes to the economy in terms of the weapon, being a little bit cheaper. People have started to lean towards it a little bit more and implement it. Like I seen yesterday at iBuyPower, one of the teams was rocking the full 5-man setup with the AUG, so definitely a lot of teams leaning towards these scoped weapons now. Steal, he's going to slip his way through the pop dog. That's the equalizer. That's the trade kill coming in on towards A. Rain up on top of the trains has lost his head. No one really paying attention to pop dog for Faze clan. That will be one of the weaknesses that is exploited by Steel. But currently into the 3 versus 4. Ghost have picked themselves up that man advantage. I'll try to capitalize off of it. Need to try and get themselves back into the way of things. Utility coming in towards the B-bomb site. Guardian about to be under a lot of pressure, but he gets a kill with a Molotov. That cuts them off on the ramp, and one has slipped through already. Olofmeister flanking up from behind the Molotov. Great for delaying the push, and Olofmeister is able to come in and capitalize off the back of it. He gets himself the 2 kills, and that should cripple the approach from Ghost. It's all on Freakazoid on his own. He has slipped his way through to the B-bomb site. Nico hopping up above him. Freakazoid will give away his position, but takes the kill on the Nico. It's 10 seconds left on that clock. The bomb is close enough, but the time just isn't there. So Freakazoid will end up losing this round, but he gets himself the 2 kills, and it's very important he stays alive after the time is gone. But Olofmeister, oh, there we go. Nothing will be saved from Freakazoid, and that's no money. He's moved in the round number 6 with $600. This causes problems for the following rounds after this as well. Not a great start from Gus whatsoever. It's kind of just using their individuals, pushing in towards areas of the map, finding success off the back of those pushes. Guardian working well with Olofmeister, the good communication, the Molotov delaying them so Olofmeister can get in from behind. Very good work from Faze clan. Utility going in towards the A-bomb site. It's going to be a simple execute with the smokes from Ghost, but Faze clan already ready for this. They've got the better weapons. They've got the high angles over the top of the smokes, where Nico will do his best work, picks himself up 2 kills, looks for a little more as they run through Pop Dog. Their head's just slightly covered by the Brian Trin, but Nico is going to swoop down to the ground yet again and try and get through these smokes. Although he only gets 1 more as Rain and Guardian are able to pick up the other 2. Faze clan with another on the board. But Ghost get a bomb plant, so they should be relatively happy. This stream has better production quality than the actual tournament. Well, man, I guess they just had a lot of problems. I mean, this is literally me streaming from my bedroom, obviously. It's a little easier when you're just literally having to stream the game feed, though. There's no problems in terms of setting things up or whatever. But, yeah, I definitely wanted to cover these games, because obviously they didn't get shown on stream yesterday. And I definitely wanted to see how these teams were playing, if there were new additions. Freakazoid to Ghost is actually a pretty interesting one. It'll be interesting to see how it fits in. I think his hard entry is definitely something I used to watch back in the day on Cloud9. But this push is excellent from Ghost. They walk right into the site. Neptune picks up 1. Kusta with a follow-up. And it's good from Ghost. They've got the bomb down. And now it's into the 3 versus 4 retake. Faze having to come in through the back. Adren pick up the kill, swings back to the left. And the new man from Faze doing a lot of work. Wardell towards the back of Team A, and he strikes with the AWP. It's all on Adren. He has to make the clutch work, but Wardell shows his skills. 2 kills and decapitates Adren from the green trade. Another round on the board for Ghost. This could be them stepping back here into this map. Utility coming in again towards A. Ghost look to try and just have this fast pace, storming into the A bomb site, taking that control early, but have slowed a little bit here. Still sitting inside Team In. Molotov going to drop in towards Olaf. Just goes over the top towards Brown Halls. Just occurred to me I still have my Steam sounds on. Let's push from Ghost towards the A bomb site. It's relatively easy for the taking. But Adren, oh my god, here comes another flank. Adren coming in from behind, sprays onto 2, and that might just turn the tides of this round. Olofmeister in towards the old bomb train. And Olofmeister is moving his way just underneath Heaven, looks up towards the top, spams away. Grenade at the ready. That will do enough damage to take Neptune away, and it's into the 1 versus 1. Steel up against Olofmeister. Olofmeister, the time is ticking so low. He's not going to commit to this. It's going to be the save call coming through. You know, Faze haven't really built up that much money, right? So they're going to have a little bit of problems in that front in terms of building up the cash. Everything's a bit more expensive on the CT side of things. So saving whatever he can is definitely the best call here for Faze. And Ghost will be granted yet another round. And because it's been so close so many times, Ghost haven't really had that opportunity to build their economy either. So things not looking amazing for either team, but Faze Clan still holding the edge in terms of round leads, but Ghost there in the back lines. I mean, back. A has definitely been the site they've leaned towards the most here. So we're just going to get another caster in here. Hulk, my usual duo partner, will be joining us. Nico. He's going to spam away. Hits the headshot with the Deagle onto Neptune.
Connected. Channel switch.
So hello, Hulk. We're currently casting Faze versus Ghost.
That's good. I've just realised we're going to have to, like, sit here.
We are indeed. Maybe next map. It'd probably be better if we just kind of finish this one. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Freakazoid is going to get the bomb down on towards the B bomb site. Kusta already inside the middle of the bomb train. And Faze Clan trying to approach back in for the retake. Wardell and Kusta double up between them and get the 2 kills. Olofmeister, he's still here causing problems, but Freakazoid will swat him like a fly. And then it's going to be 5-4. Ghosts get themselves another round on the board, and definitely this comeback coming through. I know the result of the game, and it's actually really interesting. Since you're not watching the game, Alex, I'd be interested to pick your thoughts on the roster changes. Obviously, Adren to Faze Clan, and Freakazoid coming in from to Ghost.
Yeah, the one I was interested in is the Freakazoid to Ghost, just because I know that when Freakazoid was in Cloud9, he was kind of known as this guy who was really good for in-game leaders to utilize. So the fact that he is now with Steel, that could be a really deadly duo if they get themselves to work together correctly. So that's a really cool thing that could come through. And then you've got the other 3 players that are really skilled. So I think Ghost could be improved with this new lineup. I want to see what they can do.
Yeah, definitely. I think also, you know, having Freakazoid in the team, he actually has a lot of experience coming with him as well. He's played with Sean Garris for a long time. So, you know, obviously he still has Steel, but he can provide ideas as well and really start to flesh this team out. I think Wardell definitely still is the massive carry for this team, though. He's shown some incredible skill already in this map, and I'm excited to see what he can do for the rest of it up against a team like Faze Clan. It's not going to be easy, though. Ov is going to come in towards the bomb, so that'll prevent Ghost from crossing just for now, but waiting slowly. The flashbang coming through from Guardian as he looks up towards the top. Right from Ghost. They still haven't really committed into B. They're still finding map control elsewhere, poking and prodding, trying to find the best place to attack in the final pushes here. Steel has moved his way in towards the B bomb site. Guardian up on top of the Brian Trent is finished off. Steel will wrap it through. That's 2 headshots. The B bomb site crumbles, and surely Ghost just commit into here. Adren and Nico, they don't have any utility at all. There's no kit alive on Faze, so the call has to be another save. Their economy just cannot build, and Ghost finds success again. It's just a simple push from Steel. He moves his way through on B, flanks upon 2 players, and gets himself 2 kills. Faze having to save again. You can kind of break down rounds, Alex, I guess. You can watch the cast.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I also, by the way, you need to sort out the echo.
Yeah, it's fixed. It's fixed.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I was hearing myself. Honestly, there wasn't even much to talk about in this round, though. I mean, Steele's just died at the end there, but he was the one that won them the round, right? He just gets those 2 kills in. The round gets won just like that. again, that's another thing about Steel that's a positive, is that he's going to be a good fragging in-game leader. He's pretty solid at getting the kills on the board. So while these exit kills come through, they're not going to lead to too much. Ghost get the round win. They still have quite a lot of money, so it's not really a big deal for Ghost. They realize they could afford to take that gamble to try and hunt down some of those players at the end. And it's FaZe who are left with slightly less money behind for this round.
Yeah, they've had a couple of money problems. Obviously, if you didn't watch the cast from the beginning, Alex, Ghost ended up winning the pistol, then lost to a bunch of USPs from FaZe. So that kind of immediately started with problems at the beginning of this game. And FaZe Clan sort of won the next two, then Ghost won one back, and it's just been that back and forth. And knowing the result before we started this one, I know it is a close game, so that kind of suggests to me that no team really starts to pick up the pace and grasps control of this game massively in terms of an economic lead or even finding momentum. And so that kind of spirals out of control. Especially losing one, winning one on the CT side, that's definitely the worst way to go, because the economy is a vitally important part of the CT side, and everything's a bit more expensive. So that can be a bit of a problem. Ghost are in the driving seat currently. They have won themselves a good few runs in a row, and now they've got themselves AKs and an AWP in play.
I've got an idea, Dinko. What if I wait at the start of the next round, and then you tell me when that round starts, and we can sync it out?
That's a great idea.
There you go.
Alex with the big brain plays.
Big brain. This is why I do the analysis.
It is. So, Faze setting up towards Ivy with the two players. Ghost have three there immediately, though, as well. They go for the boost. Wardell looks over the top. He hits the head of Adren. A great little boost coming in. That gives them the edge. That gives them the advantage coming into round number 11. And Olafmeister, he's hungry for this kill. He's moving up through the Molotov. Olafmeister picks up the kill on his steal. And it's into a 4 versus 4. FaZe Clan get the trade back, and they have control of the brown halls. So Ghost, their initial plan was to go towards Ivy, but losing control towards B forces them to try and make a different play. And Olafmeister just moving through the checkers in the shower room. He's just going to hold this upper B area by himself. And FaZe Clan, they are in control suddenly. They've still got full rifles across the board. Olafmeister came into this with only a CZ and armor, and has upgraded that to an AK-47. So things looking really good for FaZe Clan currently. Pusta up inside of the brown halls, does damage on the Olafmeister, who has to fall back inside of B now. Ghost, they've got plenty of control of the brown halls again as they force him away. They still have to make a play, and with 32 seconds left, they've got plenty of utility to make this final push. But the problem is, they've got to face Nico, and he's waiting towards Team A, and he looks for the aggressive push, spots the player coming towards him, immediately digs Freakazoid down to 18 HP. Freakazoid still picks up the kill. Nico gets one, but traded back immediately. Into a 3 versus 2, and back and forth we go once more. Guardian needs to step up inside of the bomb site. He just needs to deny the bomb plant, but it's not going to happen. Neptune takes the headshot, and it's all on the Olafmeister. He caused the trade earlier, but this time it might just be a step too far. He's into the 1 versus 3 with 11 HP. They don't know exactly where he is, but he hasn't got the kit. So probably best just trying to save that AK into the next one.
I wish I could analyze this, Dinko, but I've been messing around with the demo thingy the whole time. I'm going to be honest. So at the start of the next round, tell me once the buy time expires, and then I'll be ready to play.
Okay.
And then I can actually focus on the game, rather than trying to work CSGO's terrible demo UI.
Oh, it is terrible.
Oh, it's a pain.
Oh, so we're about to move into round 12. Olafmeister's just saved. And the round 11 has ended. And we're at buy time. 11 seconds on the freeze time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And buy has ended for the round.
There we go. So I'm looking at Steel right now.
Wardell.
Now Wardell, there we go.
There we go. We are all good. Look at this production quality, man.
Beautiful.
We fixed our problems immediately.
Instant.
So, let's get into it, I guess. Wardell. Immediately looking for that opening pick. He has been very successful in finding kills out of this team in position with that AWP when he's had it, so nice confident play early to try to look towards the brown train to see if he can spot anybody early to give an edge to them. But Faze have been pretty proactive on the CT side, but that's a little bit of a questionable play. At least the trade does come in. Nico able to drop Neptune and moving through towards the A-bomb site. Adren hops up on top of the green train, hits the headshot onto Freakazoid, and we're into a 3 versus 4. Ghost just kind of throwing away a couple of kills there.
Yeah, one of the advantages of going for that A main aggression is that if you're up on top of these trains, you have pretty decent vision in towards A main. So even though the flash kind of fails for Rain, the fact that Nico is there behind him, the fact that they also have Adren honed in towards that position means they can still, well, they can still win the trades. And now with 45 seconds left, Ghost decide they're going to have to group up again. And with a fair amount of utility, this round is still winnable. But look at the info that Nico is gathering. He's pushed all the way through A, and that might make the difference.
Flashbang goes through from Steel. He's going to drop inside of the bomb site. Steel will take the kill on the Olafmeister, gives him the trade back and puts it into an equilibrium, a 3 versus 3, but the bomb is dropped. Adren makes the wide swing from the connector, and Guardian will connect with the AWP. It's all on a Steel, and Nico coming in with a lit flank. Does a lot of damage, drops Steel to 9 HP, and Nico wants this kill right through the Molotov, gets the frag, and it's another round on the board for Faze Clan. They put themselves 6-6, and it's definitely shaping up to be that back and forth game.
And even though Nico didn't do a massive amount in terms of fragging in that round, the aggression in towards A main gets all the information. It allows Faze to fully stack the B bomb site and puts this game, again, incredibly close. It seems like neither side ever really have all that much money in the bank. And as we head into these late rounds, that could continue to be a factor, but it's less likely to be as important in these later rounds. We're going to see the A main smoke from Nico alongside a Pop Dog smoke from Rain. And we might see some more A aggression from Faze early into this round. They're looking interested, but Olaf has already pushed up through B. This is going to get interesting. Steel waiting round the corner, and that's the opening that Ghost were looking for.
Yeah, exactly. This gives them the edge. The smoke will go towards the lower ramparts. Ghost ready to push in towards the B bombs. I have fully committed here at this point with the setup coming in. I've congregated, but that's a missed shot from Wardell. I've seen that quite often recently where the players, they just take, like, they're on them. They should get the kill, but they just flick off a little bit too soon. They quick switch away, and that's caused problems. 2 kills coming in for Faze Clan. Wardell will find the trade back, in Neptune able to pick up a kill by himself as well. And it's into a 3 versus 2. Ghost keeping the advantage. The bomb will be collected and planted in the default spot, but look at this. Faze making the big play. Adren pushing up close along with his teammate Rain. The smoke covered off the vision, and Kuste's just gone past one. Neptune picks up the kill on the Adren, but they don't know Rain slipped through. Eventually they'll find him. Rain gets 1 kill, but Kusta flicks back. It's Ghost back in the driving seat and back to winning ways. 7 posted on the board.
Very awkward at the end there, but eventually Kusta gets it done. Ghost get their 7th round on the board, and Faze have a decision to make heading into round 14. It looks like they've decided to go for a very, very small investment, so they're willing to concede another round just to play for the last round of the half. Ghost looking in towards the A side of the map, but we've seen them generally play out a slow playstyle on this T side, and again, that's predicated upon Wardell with this nice little double to kick things off.
Yeah, Wardell is so good. He's going to get him... Oh, Shu got himself another, but there we go. He will not miss twice. It's a different opponent, but he still gets the kill. 3 for him up against the pistols. And this is where individuals can really start to shine. Up against the weaker weapons. Pick yourself up a good couple of eco frags. Make yourself feel comfortable, confident, and really just smash them. So, 8-6. Last round of the half coming up, Alex. Faze Clan got to be equipping themselves with the AWP on Guardian. And M4 is across the board, and the rest of the players. Adren sadly doesn't have enough money to join his fellow teammates in the rifle purchase, so he'll be dropping himself onto the MP9. Oh, this is looking pretty good for Ghost. They're going to commit straight away with the utility in towards the A-bomb site. They want to try and get this 9-6 half, and this should be pretty good coming in from the T side on Train, especially with Faze Clan getting the AWP on Guardian so much on an op-centric map like Train. They've done well to avoid that threat here on Ghost.
Steel has been landing some shots. Gets that kill while pushing through the smoke. Freakazoid, again, generally going to be a very aggressive player, but Rain is pushing round the backside. This could get very, very awkward. Kusta's gun is spotted. That's the bomb dropped. But Freakazoid is on the other side. There's no way Rain expects this. He's looking back towards the green train. He's looking back over towards Ivy. But Freakazoid is ready to pounce. There's the spray down. The eventual trade comes through. And Guardian gets 1 kill back. But he's out in the open. There's no cover for him. And it's all up to Olaf.
And Olafmeister can't get it done. Wardell is the man to strike and give 9 to Ghost on the board. Good start from them coming in from the T side of Train, moving on to the CT side now. If they pick up that pistol, Alex, and this time are able to convert it, they are in a very comfortable position to try and get a solid start into the second half and perhaps even edge it out here on this map. So, another big performance from Nico. I mean, even when FaZe Clan are kind of playing lackluster and they're not having the greatest game, Nico is still found at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah. That's generally going to be a pretty consistent thing for FaZe. The other interesting point about FaZe would be that after this roster move, you would kind of expect them to be sort of at least putting some practice in. But the historical thing about FaZe is that they always like to sort of get their practice in either very close to the tournament, or they like to use some of the early games in the tournament as their warm-up games. So maybe they're not coming into this one as prepared as you might want them to be, and that could be what's costing them here. Ghost are definitely a team that are going to be hungry for these sorts of victories. And with a 9-6 lead at the half, Ghost have got a pretty reasonable chance of getting this win.
Yeah, Rain moving through with a Glock is able to take the head of steel. Flicks up, gets the second, and that's a little bit of skill coming through by Rain. Definitely showcasing what he can do, but it's a fake. They're in towards the A-bomb site. The bomb is coming through Ivy. Nico is goosed up. Kusta inside of the connector. Neptune slipping through. It's a Rain sandwich, and Neptune is going to dispense with Rain. It's into a 3 versus 3. Kusta somehow still alive. He's on 1 HP inside of the connector. Has a teammate coming in to help him. And this retake is still possible. They've got a kit alive on Freakazoid, and he's picked himself up a headshot. Nico and Olafmeister having to make it work here for FaZe. Finally, Kusta is dropped, and Olafmeister will find Neptune, and it's all on Freakazoid. The man with the kits now has a smoke. He could go for this ninja defuse. He's going to tap the bomb, but Nico's so close. Instantly taps away. The head will fall off Freakazoid's shoulders. The pistol picked up for FaZe.
Yeah, really well done by Rain there at the start of the round. Not only are those really nice shots to land, but he also draws so much attention from Ghost over towards that B side of the map. It gave a little bit more room for FaZe to work with as they moved in towards A. But look at this second round force buy from Ghost Gaming. I remember Steel saying he likes these second round force buys with the scouts, especially on Train. This is a map where you can put those scouts to work, so we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, definitely a sniper-centric map. Freakazoid starting things off well with the Deagle, but Neptune, Freakazoid, and Kusta all picked apart. There's only 1 scout remaining. It is in the hands of probably the most skilled scout player on Ghost, but he is finished off as well. Still, the man with a big brain is left in a 1 versus 4. Gotta show some skill here to try and win this. Taps away with the Deagle. Does significant damage on the Guardian, but no kill coming through, so we'll have to fall back in towards B. He hasn't got Kevlar. The only thing he's got is a smoke. So, definitely going to try and pick up a couple of exits, perhaps. Try and damage that economy of FaZe.
I think, unfortunately for Ghost in that round, FaZe is like the worst team to go for that force buy against. Yeah. Because if you're playing against someone like Astralis, Astralis would play slowly and allow you to get those scouts into play. But in this round, FaZe just kind of push in towards A with very little fear, and that's when those scouts are going to get overrun. So it was really unfortunate for Ghost that up against FaZe just decided to go for a quick A push. Most teams wouldn't take that risk knowing they could be up against pistols, but fortunately for FaZe, it works out on this occasion, and that means that Ghost only have 1 or 2 upgraded pistols to carry through into round 18. A couple of nades bought. We could see a stack in towards A main. That's what we will see, and there is a man on the other side. Ooh, Adren down to half HP, and the push will continue towards him.
Grenade going to go in towards the B-bomb site early from FaZe. Although at this point it's hard to pass FaZe, being able to pick this one up easily. Perhaps you see a kill come through from Steel or Freakazoid, but other than that it should be an equalized scoreline. And continuing the common practice of back and forth that we began to get used to in that first half. So Guardian, this might be the opening kill towards Team In. It's not yet following through. It's Nico actually picking up the first kill. A strike in. Oh my goodness, Nico. This is incredible. It's not even a pistol round, but he's making it look like it is.
Guardian running and gunning. I think they may have given Guardian this Mac 10 just to allow him to get some extra cash. I mean, there's no reason not to. Oh, wow, Nico makes it a third kill with that USP. But yeah, I believe that Mac 10 was dropped over to Guardian, and you can see what it means for him. He's up to $9,800. He is definitely getting that AWP into this first gun round, but the same can be said for Ghost. They get 2 AWPs into play. Obviously, having one on Wardell is a massive, massive factor for Ghost. But at the same time, Guardian is definitely not a shabby AWPer over on the Faze side either. So it's tough to predict which way the battle of these two AWPers will go. And I don't think we really saw them get into too many fights back in that first half when they both had AWPs. They generally seem to avoid each other fairly well.
Although you just have to hope that there's going to be an AWP battle between them at some point, between Guardian and Wardell on this map. Be very interesting to see. Also, you know, that's actually something that Ghost have in their back pocket, Alex. The double lot setup, potential between Kusta and Wardell. It's definitely, if they can make it work, it's definitely going to be an extra piece that Ghost can use with their team.
Ooh, that's a decent nade, yeah. A little bit of damage done to both players. I would also say that Steel is a pretty capable AWPer for Ghost if needed as well. So yeah, loads of options on the Ghost side.
Let's get the triple AWP set up. Why not?
Never know.
Although,
I don't think they had the money for it this round.
Don't really think it's the most meta thing in the world. I think Steel generally does like to stick to sensible decisions, so picking up a triple AWP setup in his mind probably won't come through that often. So having Kusta and Wardell in the AWPs, if you're going to have a double AWP, that's the 2 players we'll most likely see for Ghost wielding them. But like you said, there is that option if you want to go deeper in the team, but really that is going to be the better. But under a minute left, Ghost still not really tested here in their defense, but they've still used up quite a bit of utility. Still got bits and pieces left, 4 smokes, so no can delay. Molotovs though. Faze clan shaping up towards the B-bomb side. They've congregated inside of the brown halls. They have players ready to hit through the ramp room. Steel is here with the M4A1S. I almost feel like the M4A4 would probably be a better weapon holding this position on Trin. When they rush through the ramp, you have a very limited ammo capacity, so you have to hit those headshots with the M4A1S. Whereas the M4A4, you do have that extra ammo count, so you can just spam away. Here comes the push. Flashbangs, smokes come in and they run into the bomb site. Nico looking to try and open things up and he gets the entry frag. It's on to Wardell. The time is so low, so they've made the right play. Steel has picked himself off. One trying to flank upon them, but Nico spins. He gets the info. Just enough time. The bomb plant comes through, but it's on to Nico and Olofmeister. They have to make a 2 versus 3 work, but Nico, oh my god, he's got himself a triple, and it's all on to Freakazoid. A 1 versus 2. The time ticking away. Nico slips his way through, back up towards the top of the ramp. And what is that from Nico?
Wow. That was incredible. We're going to see some exit fights come through. Freakazoid gets 1 kill while fading away. Nico knows he's won the round. Freakazoid going back for more, but Nico tapping away. I think he might die to the bomb if he's not careful. He's going to get back to safety and try to save this AWP into the next round. And the same can be said for Freakazoid. They both get to save the AWPs on their respective teams. We also need to talk about Steel's insane aggression in that round. Remember, he was on top of Blue Train, waiting for the hold at one point, and then he ends up coming out through upper, flanking towards the site. It didn't quite work out for him, but it was that aggression that nearly won his team the round. Either way, it's Faze who get themselves a 10-9 lead, although Ghost still have a little bit to work with. They've got the AWP in the hands of Wardell, and Rain is about to be tested.
Rain just sitting here, doesn't want to overcommit just yet, and still might eventually walk around. You got to favour the AK in that angle though. Might just be a little too far for the Mike 7 to land lethal damage. It's a Molotov. Drop inside a pop dog, so still will know there's a player up here, and Rain, he's aware of it. He's aware of the possibility. He will peek and find Steel. And the play for Faze Clan is to try and run in towards the A bomb site. Kusta has collected himself one with a P250 onto Olofmeister. Gets the info that there's one towards Ivy and will collect himself an AK. So Kusta might stand a chance in doing some significant damage here.
The bomb's pushing the site. What the hell?
Oh, wow, Nico!
How does he get here? The headshot and the second. Nico just cracks open the bomb site. That's such a huge gamble to take, but it pays off for him. And Rain is going to come from A main. A solid spray down onto another man. But that was just all about the play from Nico.
Nico coming in huge, just flanking upon them with the bomb. Now that's the big balls play from Nico you can expect. And of course he makes it work. He gets himself the double kill. It's all on Wardell. And he's got to save this AWP because the money from Ghost just isn't there. That is, I'm still kind of shocked. Nico has just been so impressive this game. I remember seeing yesterday, when I was trying to keep up with the Group B games, I remember watching yesterday and I seen Nico was having huge performances, but you don't really get to see what he's doing. And so it's definitely good to see it from this perspective. I remember Tommy tweeting out as well, Lurpus on Twitter was definitely singing Nico's praises throughout the day yesterday. You can definitely see why. 26-9, Alex.
Yeah, that's not bad. But considering we've got 20 rounds played, that is pretty damn good. He's only died 9 times as well. That is really impressive. So we go into round 21. I don't know if you've got the chat on, Dinko. Been some fun stuff in the chat this game.
Oh no, I don't have the chat on because I kind of predicted there would probably be some memes, and I have it off. Who's that? Gonna find Olofmeister. Good start from the CT side. Faze looking to gather up towards B again. The bomb is on its way there, but why don't you enlighten us with some of the spicy chat messages, Alex?
Oh, it's just Nico saying the admins need to change the freeze time or something. And then earlier, Guardian was confused how he got flanked by Steel, because Steel just pushed up ramp like a madman in that one round earlier. Some good fun. Got the double AWPs out again. Kusta's already got a kill with the first one as well.
Yeah, Rain is waiting for this push from Steel. Still close. Smoke will begin to fade. This is so risky from Steel, but he gets out of it alive, and you will hear the utility coming in from Faze Clan in towards the B bomb site. Still gonna fall back, but the rest of Faze are pushing through in towards B, taking the control. And oh, Neptune, he needs to step up. He makes it work for 2, and Kusta will get himself frags. What a hold from Ghost. That is grit from Kusta. A triple coming in, and Neptune gets the double.
Ghosts were very well prepared over on the B site. Looks like we've got a technical pause from Faze, called by Olof, because Nico is not on the server anymore. And without Nico, Faze are nothing in this game.
Yeah, this is a bit of a problem, not having Nico on the server. I guess this is Ghost's best opportunity to pick up a round win. I mean, Yumi pointed out in the chat, he just said every time Nico dies, Ghosts win the round. So, how many round wins have Ghost got? 10. How many deaths has Nico got, Alex?
10.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Might have saved one time, you don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember. I wasn't here for the first few rounds.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't see it. I can't remember either, but definitely a great coincidence if that is the case. So, later on, we are going to be casting the best of one between Liquid and Luminosity. And that is another interesting one, Alex. They have added Stewie2K to the roster of Liquid.
Yeah. It's always weird, like, I don't know why we always seem to have majors, like, after roster moves, or, like, majors after breaks. Yeah, it's always a bit awkward how the timing works out. So we got a bunch of, like, fresh-faced rosters coming into the major. But there's a couple of tournaments beforehand. We'll get to see how these rosters play out. And we'll get to see what FaZe can do with Adren as this tournament goes on. But we've got to focus on this map right now because we are back underway. Neptune looking in towards Pop Dog. We're going to see some Ivy aggression from Ghost, which is something you can throw in occasionally. It's quite often a bit of a risk to go for that sort of aggression, though. If there's an AWP holding on the other side, it's really difficult to win that fight. And it looks like Kusta has realized that. He's not going to push any further. But Faze have got a set execute plan. This isn't something you see all that often from Faze Clan.
Look at Kusta though, he wants to get aggressive inside of Ivy. Moving through, Olafmeister comes towards him. Olafmeister finished off. The execute comes in towards the A-bomb site. And Nico just walking through, using the smokes to his advantage as he spams away. Jumping up on top, Neptune needs to get the info. He spots a couple of players and will have to fall back. And Nico looking to commit to the bomb plant, but Fix it, moves forward, gets another kill, clears the site, flanks upon another player. And Nico is doing so much work. He spots the players inside of the connector as well. So he has that info and Guardian will assist him. Still walking through the smoke. Gets one kill, but Guardian sees him. Oh my goodness. Still makes it work for 2, but that's it. It's another round win for Faze. 2 for Guardian, 3 for Nico. And definitely a dynamic duo that can really win your rounds.
Again, Nico nearly at the 30 bomb at this point of the game. However, he's going to have to deal with those 2 AWPs once again, as Ghost continue to buy into round 23. Molly goes in towards A main. Freakazoid will be getting fairly aggressive with that MP7. He's got some players behind to back him up. Seeing a little bit of early aggression across the entire map from Ghost, but after that flash goes in towards upper, Wardell decides it's time to fall back. He lets his A players see if they can spot anything out. And Neptune has been able to push in towards Pop Dog. So some ground gained for Ghost. I don't think they'll want to take too many more risks.
Rain just jump spotting to see if anybody's waiting at the bottom of the connector. One of the most annoying things is when you die from the guy literally standing directly under the ladder, looking up towards the top. It can happen. That wall is that floor is spammable. A lot of newer players don't know that you can actually spam through that floor. So here's a little tip for you, Alex. Oh, Rain slowly moving down the ladder, able to find Neptune, and that's the opening kill. They take Pop Dog control, and that makes this A execute even easier.
They've got a few more nades to work with as they move towards the site, and Kusta in an awkward position with that AWP. He's going to have to land some shots up close, and it's not going to happen for him. The molly comes through to finish the job. Steel will be trying to rotate over as the bomb gets planted. I don't know there's much they can do about this. Freakazoid finds one frag. Maybe there's a chance they could get back into the round, but Freakazoid is gone, as is Wardell. And Steel, after rotating over from the B side of the map, will not be able to do anything to stop this round win. He's going to have to save, and FaZe are going to get even closer to victory with a 3-round lead. That's very significant at this point of the game. Still going to get one exit kill. There shouldn't be too much more to do.
Steel pulling his way back inside of CT spawn, has to hang on to this M4A4. And FaZe Clan will take another run on the board. It's 13 to 10. Ghosts need to find a way to step back into this game. The money really isn't there right now, Alex, so it's most likely going to be 14 from FaZe coming in. And it's starting to look very worrisome for the Ghost side. Trying to find a way they can come back into this is looking unlikely.
You'd think so.
Yeah, you would think so.
You would think so. You know what, Dinko? I'm going to make a crazy prediction. I've got a sneaky
You can't spoil it,
because
because there might be people literally watching this.
Look, I'm just using my analytical skill to give you a prediction.
It would be incredible, Alex. Wouldn't it be absolutely incredible if Ghosts were somehow able to win this game?
Unbelievable. I wouldn't believe you if you told me that.
I literally wouldn't either, considering it's the way this game has been. Although the only sort of caveat you can give to that is if really just relied on Nico. And 31 and 10, you know, if Nico starts to sort of slow down towards the end of this map, or if Ghost start to isolate him, or take him down a lot of the time, then that can start to spell problems for FaZe. They haven't really had anybody else that's kind of played exceptionally. I mean, Guardian has had a couple of runs where he's went pretty big, but other than that, it's just been Nico.
Yeah, mostly been the Nico show, that's for sure. Some aggression coming in towards B with only these pistols in play. And, oh, what? The kills come through. Guardian needs to clean this up. He gets 2 kills. The P250, good for a third. He bails his team out, but that could have got scary, and it still could be. Wardell gets a kill of his own. He's going to look to get that gun, and we go into a 2v2, which could go either way.
Yeah, Guardian opens things up inside of the B bomb site. The bomb planted safely. Guardian needs to ace. I've talked about his performance being one of the other linchpins of Faze's success so far in this map, but he has to ace to win this. Guardian into the 1 versus 1 up against Wardell. Arguably the best player on Ghost. Left up against Guardian. To slip his way through the back lines of B. No kit to work with. Molotov still in hand for Guardian, so he can play this Molotov strat where you throw it off the door onto the plant. And there's no kit here for Wardell. The time is ticking so low. Faze will get 14. Guardian doesn't ace, but Wardell, he will save the AK, and Guardian will get himself the 4K and a round win for Faze. They go up to 14. I believe you've lost. I think you're a little behind me, Alex.
Ooh.
What's the time on your clock?
11, 10.
Mine's on
9.
5. I'll pause for 5 seconds.
Okay, well, I'm at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 55. Are we good?
Yeah, we're like maybe half a second on. We're all good.
Okay. How do I get 5 seconds behind you?
I don't know. You'll lag at some point, maybe. Neptune. It's going to open things up with the opening kill. Kusta comes in long range with the AUG. A fast play in towards A for Faze. And they really do rely on these fast plays. Trying to get those headshots to take the entries, but still, he's coming in. The fast play through B. He gets in behind them and still has made a lot of these plays. These big balls plays, trying to get in from behind. And this time, he gets in behind a couple of the players. Neptune hits the headshot. It's all onto Guardian. And finally, Ghosts find a way back into this game.
Guardian with that AWP should never have a chance to win this as long as Ghost play together. Steel is going to be removed from the round. Again, as long as they don't continue to fight Guardian, then the chances should be gone. And there we go. Guardian goes jumping to his death. So it is Ghost to get the round win. And the surprising thing about Steel's aggression is that he's also quite a smart player. He knows when to go for the pushes. He never seems to get caught out, even when going for big flanks like that. So I'm not sure if it's partly the communication on the team that's good to allow that, but it seems to always work.
I mean, Steel has went for some questionable plays in this game so far. I mean, there was times where we stand in the ramp when the smoke is fading and he starts spamming away. I mean, there is a very high possibility that he gets killed there. So there has been sometimes he's been a little bit questionable. This time, obviously, it works perfectly. And like you said, yes, he's a smart player, so he will know when to go for it. Faze have went for that A fast push quite a few times, where they just throw the standard smokes onto the site, push out, and try and take the fights. So still, okay, well, if they're not going to push B or walk near B, I'm just going to push and flank in behind them. And still makes it work for the couple of kills and gives Ghost another way back into this game. And sometimes that can be a bit of a problem for a Faze clan. They can get a little bit too complacent in their own individual ability and don't really have anything else to fall back on.
Now, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't 100% sure about Train as a map that FaZe would want to play. Like, their T side has been good so far, but I thought it would be a map that they'd struggle on their T side. It's been really nice to see them get these round wins, but let's see how this round goes as Steel gets ready to push towards B. This could be an absolute bloodbath. Look at this setup from Ghost. There's 3 players here.
Wardell hits the early kill. This time they're going towards B, like you said. A doesn't work last time, so let's try B. But Freakazoid up here towards the upper brown holes. He can peek into this, takes 1 kill. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he does. He definitely got that 1 kill. I was a little bit confused with the amount of kills that came on the screen, but he does fall. And it's into the 3 versus 3. Oh, Neptune. He's flanking. The bomb is dropped. That's a big kill. And he'll fall to safety. FaZe Clan are picked apart here, and their attack is just gone. You can't really make it work with only 2 players, so they've got to try and reconsider their options.
Again, it's some aggression from Ghost that FaZe just do not expect. And Neptune, despite pretending to fall back, is going to continue to go aggressive, just in a different position. I think Adren is about to meet him. This fight is everything. Neptune gets the kill, and it's Olaf who has to try to clutch versus 3 opponents. Luckily for him, they are spread apart, so it's somewhat doable with the AWP if he can take a fair fight. But I think Wardell will be favored in this duel every day of the week. Goes through the smoke, and Ghost are still alive and kicking.
So Faze, it's only the Glocks this time. On P250 coming in on Rain. Can it be the hero P250? We'll have to see. Nico just got awarded 3rd best player in the world. He wants to get to find out the number 1 and 2 today, Alex. What are your thoughts on that?
It better be simple.
Better be simple. I don't know. I think obviously simple. Probably yeah. Speaking on an individual level, he definitely is the best player. But if you're gonna go with the sort of avenue where you're like, okay, best players need to win, well, Astralis are the best at winning, so.
You could just put every single Astralis player in the top 5. Why not?
Yeah. Well, all of them are in the top 10 apart from Zipnix, and I kind of feel bad. I feel like Zipnix probably should be in the top 10.
I mean, for his role, he's probably like one of the best at his role.
Yeah, he is the best at his role, easily. Yeah.
It's just a role that doesn't get too much love in general. So
yeah,
you've got to be ready for it.
Until he makes his crazy clutches, then he gets the love. Yeah. The thing is with this event, do you still think Astralis are gonna be able to win Eye by Par? I still think so. They've been playing pretty well on the first day. Obviously, there is a lot of problems with it, so.
Yeah, I caught a bit of their game against Cloud9. I didn't get to see their opening game. I don't even know who that was against, but their game against Cloud9, they looked
like 16-3 or something. They won.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm assuming they won that pretty easily, but I'd say that Astralis should still be favourites from what we've seen. We'll kind of have to see, though, heading into today, I guess we can say now, as a quick B push comes through. Steel only good for 1 kill. The bomb will be planted, and this is not an easy retake, but it's made easier by Wardell's 1 kill.
Brilliant. He's here. Got himself the headshot. Neptune finished off, and it's into a 3 versus 3. Faze look to try and take map point here, and Ghost have to make a very difficult retake up against 3 players of Faze. Olofmeister pushing in. Wardell needs to hit the shot. So quick on the trigger. Flicks to the head of Olofmeister. And it's into a 3 versus 2. Just need to hold the bomb site. Faze clan. Rain is on the spot. Adren is there as well. They just need to get the kills. Adren gets 1. All on Nico. A Freakazoid picks it up. Is there enough time for the defuse? Yes, there is. Freakazoid gets 14 for Ghost. And they're only 2 away from victory here, Alex. A comeback has been made.
Here we go, all tied up. Wardell getting a 3k in that round, and Nico will be calling the pause for FaZe clan. He obviously took over as in-game leader pretty recently for this FaZe roster, although I guess it was actually a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it was in major, so.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since he's been leading the team. Got another piece to work with, though, in terms of Adren.
Yeah, that's also an interesting point. A lot of people think that Adren's just come in for the major. I don't know. I guess I'll see. I guess they have to see how he plays with them at the major, obviously, before you make that decision. But Adren definitely has that asset where he did in-game lead in Gambit. He does have the skills to in-game lead and has a good understanding of the game. So he can definitely be an asset that can sort of assist Nico. I feel like Nico definitely will be... him in-game leading definitely allows him to open up his own individual. He can call around himself, and I think that's definitely started to show. I mean, look at this. He's at the top of the scoreboard. Easily topping that, but it's when you get into these crunch time positions, perhaps that's when FaZe start to crumble.
Ooh. Wardell gets there before the Molotov to open things up for Ghost Gaming in this all-important round 29. Couple of bullets being spammed in towards Brown Halls, but none of them will connect. And again, with that man advantage, there's no need for Ghost to take a risk. He will be looking towards Popdog. The timing nearly costs him his life, and it will end up being a kill for Olaf. The push coming into the A site. Freakazoid caught off guard, and this looks good for FaZe.
Yeah, this is looking really good for FaZe as they come in. Kusta flicks up, hits Guardian, and falls back inside of the site. Ghost may have just pulled this back. Nico gets one kill, finished off. Olofmeister trades back, and it's into a 1 versus 2. Kusta, he's going to find the opening kill on the Adren, and has to find Olofmeister, who's tucked up tail, and run over towards the B bomb site, but he doesn't have the bomb. Kusta can just sit here. The problem is, though, Alex, in these types of positions, in the scenarios that Kusta's in right now, you start to get very paranoid. You have an AWP, and you've got a plethora of different angles you have to worry about. So it's all about positioning yourself in a way that you have a minimal angles to worry about. Wolfmeister, not an easy player to win against in clutches either. Very intelligent. This could be the time for Faze to take map point. A 1 versus 1. Olofmeister making the noise, the time ticking low. Really limited on his options, and he's going to smoke the cross, flash over towards the connector, but he has to commit to this bomb plant, and that causes problems. Kusta hears it. He's wrapping around the bomb site. There's the frog, and it's 15 for Ghost. Map point here on train.
Kusta gets into the correct position. He uses the time to his advantage, knowing that Olof had to take the gamble on the bomb plant. And even with Olof's years of experience, there's not much he can do when he's got his back turned to the opponent. And now look at this buy for Faze. They get mostly AKs, 3 AKs in play, but the utility is very lackluster. At least Guardian goes down to a Deagle to get a full set of nades, but outside of that, they could barely go for an execute towards a site with these 3 smokes in their back pockets. So this is really Ghost's chance. They've got the better buy, they've got the AWPs, which they can put to work at long range. This could be the moment that Ghost were waiting for.
Kusta, he's looking towards Ivy. Olofmeister was about to peek. Might have just found himself an early death, as Kusta is primed and ready towards the Ivy area of the map. But currently, Faze congregated towards spawn. Haven't yet made a decision on where to go, but with the time ticking so low, that begins to really limit their options. And so Ghost can get ready just to try and take apart these players. They don't have that much utility either to go for the full execute. They can get those 3 smokes done and a couple of flashbangs from Guardian. They need to rely on the limited utility. But
Faze have gone for this execute quite a few times in the past. So they're trying to fake it. They're trying to go back towards B. The question is, how well can they sell this fake? The one man pushing alone, and he is gone.
Yeah, Freakazoid able to pick up Guardian. Nico coming in. Wardell will find a frag, and it's into the 3 versus 3. The bomb planted for the Faze clan, but this really will either be overtime or victory for Ghost. There's no other way about it. The no scope will come through from Kusta. They look up towards the top. Kusta gonna spam away. Adren takes the kill. Kusta gets one back, and it's into the 2 versus 2. The time ticking away. 1 round win needs to come through. Rain, the last player alive, and Ghost, they might just do it here. Freakazoid in a 1 versus 1 has the kit alive, needs to win the clutch, and of course he does. Rain finished off. The defuse will come in, and Ghosts are the victors here. Oh God, my head, Alex. That hurts.